one of those years where it seems every year there's always that one division where three of the teams are really good. And so this year it's the NFC West right now. That's why our two marquee games feature two of our five marquee games feature three of the four NFC West teams. Sorry, Arizona. Unfortunately, the Cardinals-Falcons game will not make the list this week, shockingly. Games
It'll
we're
be
excited
a track meet between quarterbacks, I think. So
to see who can lose with the
we
best
just covered
stats.
it right there.
See who can lose with the best stats. But anyway,
exactly.
The Niners had maybe the most impressive win of Week 5.
Mm-hmm.
They were right up there with everybody else. Meanwhile, the Rams lost one of the tightest games of the week in probably the tightest game. 1-point game. Missed field goal. Could have gone either way against the Seahawks. The thing is, though, Paul, the Rams have lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest regular season games for the Rams in the Sean McVay era. 3 straight losses. That would put San Francisco at 5-0. Let's say for fun, Seattle wins and goes to 5-1. You're 3 games back. You're 2 games back in the division at least, and both teams ahead of you have the tiebreak right now. And the San Francisco one would be the really scary one because their tiebreak would be the away win.
Yeah.
Because LA can still get back on Seattle with their home field win, but this is a huge game for the Rams. So what's your lean in this NFC West battle between the Niners and Rams?
Yeah, I think this is going to be such a tight game. I think it's kind of unlucky that the Rams are getting the Niners at this time of the season. It's not a good time for them to be coming up against them, but this is a prove-it game for San Francisco this week. It's their biggest test of the year. It's right after being on national spotlight and balling out, having a couple of your players call guys out after games, make some good comments, have some sweet celebrations.
All week the whole media is blowing you, telling you how great you are.
Yeah, they are hyping them up. They are making them seem like they're the best team in the NFL. But I think LA is going to quietly go in there. I think they're going to play a good game. They're going to kind of end up proving who they are. I originally had San Francisco winning this game, but I switched to LA because I think that they're going to show that they're the Super Bowl contenders from last year. Todd Gurley can still run the ball a bit. Jared Goff can throw that ball. They have pretty capable receivers. Cooper Kupp's back, which is still nice to have for them. Hopefully he can get some big yards, and I think they'll play a good game, and they'll prove that they're the team that they were last year. But, you really can't rule the 49ers out. They're a huge question mark at this point. Nobody really knows if their offense is going to be real. So my question for you is, do you think Jimmy Garoppolo is gonna prove that he's better than Jared Goff? He's worth every penny of his contract, and that he's a playoff quarterback.
This is a huge game for Jimmy.
Yeah,
it's kind of underrated because Jimmy was not great on Monday night. I think that's the one thing people aren't talking about. He missed a lot of throws in that game.
Mm-hmm.
This is a huge game for Jimmy G though, because we've seen everyone else on this roster step up. The offensive line has been unbelievable. This team's leading the league in running the ball. And their defensive line has been, what more can you say? They're number 5 in total defense against the run and number 2 against defense against the pass, which puts them second overall. What more can you ask for? Granted, their schedule hasn't been all that great, but again, all you can do is beat who you're lined up against on Sunday or Monday, and they've done that every time out. But the one thing that hasn't fully hit this year is Jimmy. He hasn't had that game yet. Obviously, he's coming off the ACL, so it's hard to ask the guy to come out and look like he's the best player in the NFL like he did for that year. But like when they went 6-0 with him. But I think if you're a Niners fan, you're hoping he at least starts to show the signs of getting a whole lot closer to that player that he was.
Mm-hmm.
This is a huge game for them, though, in that we said that the Browns game was huge because it would show us. We talk a lot about early in the season benchmark games, and we saw that okay, this is a legit playoff threat. a team that legitimately can make the playoffs. This game against the Rams, this is a team that went to the Super Bowl last year. If they can go into the Coliseum and beat the Rams in their biggest game of the season, okay, here we go. Now we're talking about a top four level NFC team because the Rams have to win this game. This is a huge game for the Rams. Make no bones about it. This is a gigantic game for Jared Goff and the Rams. Goff needs to be good in this game. He was better against Seattle, but at the same time, I don't think anyone was watching him going at any point was questioning who was the better quarterback on the field on Thursday night. That's for sure. So this is a huge game for Jared Goff. Are the Rams going to leave this game going, man, do we have the third best quarterback at best in our division?
Yeah,
like
this is
a huge game,
right?
Yeah, and then the other flip side, it's funny because there's two distinct matchups in this game that are kind of benchmarks for each other. Who's better between Jimmy and Jared Goff? And then who's the better coach, Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay? Yeah. The last 3 years, we've been talking about how great Sean McVay is. Well, guess what? The guy more people steal plays from is Kyle Shanahan. If you listen to podcasts and people talking about around the league, who's the best player and who's better and who's the best coach, rather, it's Kyle Shanahan, man. Everybody loves that guy. Everyone steals all his plays. So this is a big muscle flex game for Kyle Shanahan to be able to head into LA and beat the crap out of a guy who everybody has been anointing as the chosen one when that was supposed to be Kyle Shanahan. If you look back during that hiring cycle, they got hired at the same time. No one was talking about Sean McVay as the chosen one coach. It was Kyle Shanahan. This is Mike Shanahan. This is Mike Shanahan's son. Like, this is a big deal for him. So, this is a big game with a lot of interesting matchups between quarterback and coach. I mean, definitely a worthwhile watch. I don't know if you have anything to add on the Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay matchup.
That'll be an interesting game on the Thursday.
Yeah. So,